Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Abuja on NTH Channel 5 Community Station. Right now, we have a guest in the house. And guess what? We want to talk about sugar crafts. Okay? Fondant for those who love cake like me. All right. We have a baker in the house. Join me as I welcome Agatha Asupo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. When I saw the topic sugar craft, you know, it reminds me of how I watch bakers design the cake with, with sugar. You know, the way they just use the fondants and then design.
Yes.
So let's look at the techniques
Okay.
for this sugar craft.
The techniques of sugar crafts are molding, pasting, as in painting the
The
cakes
cake, okay?
into the design that you like,
Hmm.
giving it a beautiful looks that will entice customers and also those that I love the cakes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And the process is also a process where you bring uh, fondant, sugar craft like fondant,
Hmm.
butch cream, which is sugar paste, in order to design your cake that will make people attracted to your cake.
Your cake.
That at the end of the day, they will be happy to witness such a beautiful design.
Okay, at times when I see some cakes, I begin to wonder. It's as if the baker, for me, it means that the baker is also a very creative person.
Yes,
Okay, like an artist.
yes,
Because when you see some design, for a lay person who doesn't even know what art is or how to design,
yes,
will hardly be able, to give a beautiful design to a cake.
yes.
Okay, now let's look at the tools you use, the
Okay.
common tools you use in this art.
Okay. Number one tool is piping bags.
So,
Use sets of nozzles, rolling pins, big and small. Likewise, cake boards,
mm,
and also a turntable
okay.
with a flexible mold that used to mold different shapes with your fondants.
Mm.
The nozzle is also used for piping the cakes.
Okay, okay, I
That's
think I know
when,
that.
yes, when you are using butch cream or when you want to frost a cake, that's when you use those nozzles and the piping bags.
Okay.
While the mold is used for fondants
Mm.
and the rolling pin is also used for fondants.
Mm.
Likewise, the turntable, you can use it for the fondant and also the sugar paste crafting.
Okay, now, to start this business,
Yes.
is it expensive?
It's not too expensive because when I started mine, I used just little amount of money about 10 years ago. So for now, if you want to start that kind of business, you may require a little capital of maybe from 20 to 50,000 to
So
start
would I
such
be
a
able to
business.
buy all those tools you're talking about?
Not really, but you have to start gradually because
Okay.
as a baker, that maybe you don't have a source of capital, as in big capital to start your business, you have to start little by little. What I mean in essence is when you start maybe from pastries like meat pie, fish roll, and the rest,
Donuts
then
and
yes, and donuts, then you graduate to cake making.
okay.
So in the process of your business, you have to try to save in order to buy more tools. But if you are someone that have access to bigger money, then you can get those things. And if you want to start such a business, you have to go to the level of using up to like 200 to 500,000.
Okay.
Yes.
How creative, how lucrative, I mean to
Okay.
say, this business. I know you said 10 years.
Yes.
So by now, I'm sure you're carrying some money to put to the bank. So how lucrative is this business?
The business is a very good business and it's a very lucrative business. What I mean in essence is when you know what you are doing, and you can satisfy your customer to their satisfaction, let me use this word, you can make them enjoy your work, automatically you have more customers. And the business will be lucrative when you give good product to your people, and also when you know the right thing to give to them, and at the end of the day, you will know your gain. And sometimes we don't gain at everything we do. The reason is
Wow.
because, yes, the reason is because when they give you a particular cake work or pastry, you might encounter some challenges along the way. Maybe in the process of baking, you might encounter some challenge, and maybe when you are baking, the cake may go bad.
So you need
Yes,
to go and buy
yes,
those
yes. You need
things.
to go and buy them again
Okay.
because you have to satisfy your customer. The customer don't want to know if you made a mistake or the things that you used in working went bad. So those are the um will I say challenges also in the business.
Okay.
But in the aspect of being lucrative, when you buy little things and you know how to work with them, you see a better profit at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now, it's like, I know in those days you hardly find people who are ready to go into the business.
Okay.
But right now, a lot of young women, young men want to go into baking. So how would you compare it now and before? The response or the.
Before, only people that bakes are very few. The reason is because a lot of people have this fright when it comes to baking. They say you have to follow so many processes, or you have to follow,
Measurement and
yes,
all
and all
that.
that. So this time things have changed. Instead of doing a lot of calculation in baking, you have to improvise some way in how to come out with a good result at the end of it. It must not be that same process that they do cake baking before.
Okay.
Yes, you have to come out
So
with
that those
another.
processes are outdated.
Yes. Now, some people may start baking maybe from, let's say if you want to mix a cake now, you can use, maybe start by putting your butter into a bowl, likewise sugar, and start turning with your mixer or your pistol or your hand, your pistola.
Yeah.
Yes, you can start turning with that. But right now, some people put sugar and egg first.
First, before the butter.
Yes, instead of butter, they will now go with vegetable oil.
Okay.
There are many ways to
Some
bake
even
cake.
use blender to mix.
Yes, they can use blender also with butter. It must not be that same process, but the most important thing, come out with the good result.
Yes, because I watched someone instead of mix the butter, turning and she just melted the butter as liquid, poured it inside the blender,
Yes.
put all her ingredients. So the melted butter became the liquid that could
Yes.
just help her to mix. I said, wow,
Yes,
this is
that's another
creativity.
process. Yes.
This is creativity.
Yes.
Now let's look at now we have beautiful designs. How do you update yourself for you to be able to meet up with the trending?
Okay. In order to achieve that, you have to go to occasions, number one, and also visit seminars for cake baking and pastries making. Then in the internet, thank God for the internet now. You can go to social medias and check the new the trending cakes or designs for cake and how to go about it. But the only way you can achieve that is when you are already a baker. A starter cannot do that.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you watch a video in the internet, you think that yes, you can do that thing exactly the way it is. But at the end of the day, you discover that it will give you a wrong result because you have never baked before.
So you need that foundation.
Yes.
For you to be able to
to meet up with the trending designs.
Okay, now for people who are watching you who want to go into the business, what would you say, especially our young youths, okay, that want to, maybe those that are in school and while they're on holidays, they just feel that because you have to acquire a skill. So what would you say to them about the business?
Okay, my advice to them is they should try and fall in love with baking. Number one, if you fall in love with baking, you'll be creative. Number two, if you have a customer, your priority is to make that customer satisfied no matter what, before thinking of your profit.
So don't disappoint them.
Yes,
Disappoint
because
your
when you give
customers.
out a good work, it will bring another good work for you. So that's just the way to go about it.
Okay.
So I want to advise them to be upright in anything they want to do that regards to baking.
All right, thank you so much. You heard it. Be upright in everything. Be upright, I repeat, in everything you have to do. And remember, she said for you to grow in the business, don't disappoint your clients or don't disappoint your customer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. So we'll be speaking with Rebecca Agatha Asufo, and she's been talking to us about sugar craft. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.